What's up, gang? Today we're going to be talking about the Roland MC-909. We're going to be going over all of the physical layout of the machine, all of the inputs and outputs. We'll get started from there. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to go over the front panel, and you'll see here that there's a D-beam on the left side and a D-beam on the right side. And then up here there's the button to assign the D-beams for whatever you want to do with them. Volume, wave select. This is also the input for sampling right there. Then next to that we have the pitch and an attack and decay envelope for the pitch, and you can tune stuff fine or coarse. Below that we have the filter, multi-mode filter. We got a few flavors of a low pass. And then there's also a band pass, a high pass, and a peaking filter. There's a filter envelope. Then below that we have LFO1, which is accessible from the front panel. Obviously, there are more than one LFO deep down in there. We have a depth and a rate and a waveform, which you can just kind of freely fade between. And this is your amp envelope, overall level. And then here there are the matrix controls, random modify, and the fat button. There's unison, portamento, and solo. So next is the tone switch and tone select. Next we have the mastering section, and this is an attack and release, and then you have multi-band compression, high, mids, lows, and you can switch this on and off. Down here we have pattern call, real-time phrase sequences, arpeggio, chord memory, octave up and down, hold, so if you want to hold the arpeggio or the chord or the note. V-Link, that is a feature that doesn't get a whole lot of use. Obviously up here we have the screen. Just below the screen there's a shift button, then the function keys 1 through 6, and then we have part mixer with faders. These are non-motorized faders, 1 through 8. And then we have the part select and part mute, and you can select or mute any of the parts. And then there's a tempo and mute control, which is kind of like another track on its own. Mixer assign, part assign, and then moving up here we have the handy LCD contrast knob, a menu button. Next to that is the sampling section. This gets you in and out of sampling real quick. You can chop, use emphasis, combine samples. There's time stretch, normalize, and this is just a quick record button to sample. Mix in will allow whatever you have plugged into the input to go through the mains, and then auto sync, which is a feature to sample loops so that they auto sync up. And below that is the effects section. You get 3 knobs. One is type, and then there's like value 1, value 2, and the knob assign. And you can have this on the compressor, MFX1 or MFX2, or the reverb. This makes a lot more sense when the machine's on and you can kind of see what's happening, but this is the right button or the save. And then mode, there's song, pattern, and patch sample mode. So 3 main modes of working. The alpha dial, kind of directional cursor thing going on there. Increment, decrement, exit and enter buttons are right there. They have your transport. Up here is for the smart media cards, and this is a 3.3 volt only smart media card, and I'm going to show you how to use those and also to upgrade. These cards are hard enough to find right now, but 128 is all they ever went up to, and you can put that in there. And Mine is not attached at the moment, but there is a little bracket that you can screw on here to protect this from either falling out or getting damaged or someone stealing your stuff. This is a turntable emulation fader, and you can change the behavior of it down here with these switches. We got pitch, BPM. You can hold, which is kind of like slowing the record down, and push, which is kind of pushing the BPM. And then this is the BPM counter and a tap tempo. These are the infamous velocity pads. These wear out after a while, particularly the C, because this is where your root note is on a lot of samples and also kick drums. But yeah, we'll get into more stuff in the next few weeks. We are at the back of the MC-909, and you can see there is a power switch. There is the AC in, and it's got a weird plug. It looks like a normal plug for like a computer or anything like that, but it doesn't have ground. And then next to that there is a USB, MIDI out, MIDI in. This is the digital audio interface. So this is SPDIF, and it goes in and out. You can sample from the SPDIF, or you can put your stuff out that way. Then there's optical, which I have actually never used. And then there's input. This is for your sampling, so there's right and left. Left also functions as a mono input. And then over here, this is all of our outputs. There is your phone mix right there, so that's headphones, which is going to be the overall volume. There's not an independent volume control for the headphone jack. And then there's mix right and left. Left is mono, and then there's direct out 1 and direct out 2. So with a little bit of configuration, you then have 6 individual outs on this guy. Okay, so that's the ins and outs of the MC-909. There are going to be a bunch more videos on the MC-909. I'll just kind of take it one section at a time to keep these kind of condensed and topic specific. So stay with me. There's lots more to come. And until next time, peace.